Storyboarding is a form of visual thinking that involves the creation of a series of illustrations or sketches that tell a story or communicate an idea. Let's dive in and learn about the art of storyboarding.
What is the origin of storyboarding? The art of storyboarding, as we know in modern times, its roots in the early days of animation and film production. The first storyboards were created by Walt Disney Studios in the 1930s.
The history of storyboarding. Do you know when storyboarding first started? I'll give you some time to think. Have you guessed it? Well, the first storyboard was drawn thousands of years back when our ancestors lived in their caves. And look how beautiful they have depicted the scenes of war and how they hunted animals. Let's see an animation film showing how cave paintings depicted stories about animals at those times. Here is the story of a mammoth who loses his family as shown in an animated movie called Ice Age. You can visualize the gruesome tale in a very short sequence. Paintings are considered to be some of the earliest forms of human expression, predating the development of spoken language. Cave paintings are estimated to be tens of thousands of years old and were created by early human societies using simple tools and materials such as charcoal and pigments made from minerals and plants. Cave paintings provide a window into the minds of our earliest ancestors, giving us a glimpse into their beliefs, rituals, and daily life. They offer evidence of early humans' capacity for creativity and artistic expression, as well as their ability to communicate and express their ideas visually. These paintings have been found in caves around the world. Egyptian art was a form of storytelling that was used to convey religious beliefs, myths, and historical events. Ancient Egyptians used images and symbols to tell stories and convey messages through their art, much of which was found in their temples and tombs. For example, the walls of the temple at Karnak were covered in images of pharaohs and gods, telling the story of their reign and their religious beliefs. The use of pictorial storytelling was also prevalent in tombs.
Similarly, ancient cultures such as the Greeks and Romans used art to tell stories. Greek vases and pots were often decorated with images of gods and mythical creatures, and the famous Parthenon friezes in Athens told the story of the goddess Athena. In Roman art, wall paintings and sculptures told tales of battles, political events, and religious beliefs. These art forms served not only as visual aids for storytelling, but also as a way to preserve the cultural heritage and beliefs of ancient civilizations.
Additionally, ancient cultures in Asia, such as China and India, also used art as a means of storytelling. In Chinese art, paintings and sculptures depicted historical events, legends, and everyday life. Indian art, particularly Hindu and Buddhist, used elaborate reliefs and sculptures to depict religious stories and beliefs.
Patha Chitra is a traditional form of storytelling and visual art that originated in the eastern Indian state of West Bengal. It is a type of scroll painting that narrates popular folklores, myths, and epics through colorful and intricate illustrations. The paintings are usually created on long pieces of cloth and are unrolled frame by frame as the story is narrated by the artist or a storyteller. It not only showcases the artistic skills of the painters but also preserves the cultural heritage and legends of Bengal. The vibrant imagery and detailed drawings bring the stories to life.
Why have a storyboard? To test out whether your ideas are applicable to a visual medium, to provide a platform for practical problem solving regarding production, to provide ready information to the production departments so that there is no confusion, to illustrate ideas regarding camera moves, scene transitions, animation planning, layout, BG, compositing. Let's see some examples of storyboard done by different studios for animation production. Here is a storyboard by Pixar Studios. I am sure most of you have seen movies by Pixar, which is now a part of Disney, but Pixar storyboards are so detailed that they are followed very closely during various stages of production in animation production.
in a 3D environment at the layout stage. This is the occlusion pass where it is rendered with basic materials. This is the final render.
Here is a storyboard from the famous movie WALL-E, when Evie encounters WALL-E for the first time.
This is how the main story room used to look in Pixar in those days. You can see the storyboards are pinned on the boards, and the story creators are constantly changing it to make the story as engaging and as entertaining for the audience as possible. Some Disney storyboards are almost like animated, which means that they contain all the storytelling poses that is required for animation.
Storyboard contains all the camera information needed to reconstruct the shot in
Other elements include the following: sound effects, dialogues, scene information, color information, character information, props to be used, specific details like costumes, etc., animation, pose descriptions. It can contain any information that can be useful for production.
Let's see how storyboarding has been used in feature films. Do you know this serious guy? He is Alfread Hitchcock. Alfread Hitchcock was a master of storytelling, and he often used storyboarding as an essential tool in planning his narratives. He believed that storyboarding was a crucial step in visualizing his ideas and bringing them to life on the big screen.
And this guy is a very famous Japanese director. His name was Akira Kurusawa, was a firm believer in the power of storyboarding. He used this technique extensively in his filmmaking process, considering it an essential step in bringing his ideas to life on the big screen. Kurosawa's storyboards were extremely detailed, often including drawings, notes, and camera instructions. He used them to plan out each shot, camera movement, and edit in advance, allowing him to fine-tune the visual elements of his films. This helped him to achieve a high level of precision and control in his storytelling, ensuring that each shot would contribute to the overall narrative in the way he intended.
And you know who his Indian friend was?
Though they do not seem to be friends in this picture. In his own words, Akira Kurosawa wrote about Satyajit Ray, "Not to have seen the cinema of Ray means existing in the world without seeing the sun or the moon." Now let's see Satyajit Ray and his storyboards. Satyajit Ray, the renowned Indian filmmaker, was known for his meticulous planning and attention to detail. He used storyboarding as an essential tool in his filmmaking process, and his approach to storyboarding was unique in that he documented every aspect of his films, from dialogue and camera movements to set design and costume choices. While returning from London by sea, Ray illustrated a children's edition of Patha Chitra, a semi-autobiographical novel by noted Bengali author Bibhuti Bhushan Banerjee. Ray kept a red book, which he referred to as his filmmaker's diary, in which he meticulously documented every aspect of his films. In this book, he wrote down the dialogue, camera instructions, and even the tailoring instructions for the costumes. He also made detailed drawings of the sets and props, ensuring that every element was carefully planned and executed. Storyboarding for Hollywood features in modern blockbusters. Storyboards from The Matrix almost look like a comic book illustration. Let's see the use of storyboard in other areas of human activity. The art of storyboarding is a powerful tool for visual thinking and communication, helping individuals and teams to clarify their ideas, solve problems, and ultimately create more impactful and effective projects. The key benefit of storyboarding is its ability to help break down complex ideas into smaller, more manageable parts. By visually representing each step of a project or process, it becomes easier to understand and execute, and can help identify potential problems or areas that need improvement. In addition, storyboarding can also be an effective tool for learning and self-expression.
By the use of visual thinking tools like flowcharts, diagrams, and whiteboard animation presentation, corporates' houses can make meetings and brainstorming sessions more appealing, engaging, and interesting, bringing in a sort of playful enthusiasm to deal with tough challenges and complex problems. For special needs children, it provides a medium for them to express their thoughts, emotions, and ideas in a way that is less intimidating and more accessible than traditional forms of communication. Through the use of illustrations and annotations, they can develop their creativity, problem-solving skills, and self-expression, making it a valuable tool for education and therapy.
One example is Temple Grandin, an autism spectrum disorder individual who became a successful scientist and advocate for individuals with autism. She used visual aids such as flowcharts, diagrams, and storyboards to help her understand and process information. There are accounts that suggest that Einstein struggled in school and had difficulty with certain subjects, particularly with rote memorization and language-based tasks. Some experts believe that Einstein may have had dyslexia or some other type of learning difference, but there is no conclusive evidence to support this. Storyboarding can be a useful tool for individuals with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Storyboarding provides a visual structure and organization for information, which can help individuals with ADHD to better understand and remember information and stay focused on a task. This can lead to improved planning and decision-making skills and a greater ability to complete projects in a timely and efficient manner. However, despite his challenges in school, Einstein went on to become one of the most celebrated scientists of all time, making groundbreaking contributions to our understanding of the universe and earning a Nobel Prize in physics. It is important to note that many individuals with learning differences go on to achieve great success and make valuable contributions to their fields, regardless of their challenges in school.
We are all storytellers who must, in an engaging way, bring the story's problems to life on screen, presented as actions and not as descriptions.